We will do the following steps from the checklist. To create an audience, we will go to the Communications section and select Audience. Click on Create. It's time to download a sample CSV file to fill in the details of your audience. Enter the phone number, email, first name and last name. These are just common details, and you may add more information by creating new columns. Similarly, add as many audience members in this CSV file as you need. Once you have created the list, save the CSV file on your PC and upload the file on Fynd platform. You may preview the list and proceed to upload the audience list as shown. Enter the supplementary details such as the audience title, a brief description, and maximum 2 tags if needed. You have successfully created your audience list. Congratulations on finishing step 1. Now, let's create an email template. This template will have the content you wish to send to your audience. Go to the Communication section, and click on Email. You may use any of the 3 editors. Let's choose Free Editor at the moment. Turn on the personalization option if you wish to use the data from your CSV file in your template. To test how personalization works, enter any sample data from the CSV in a JSON format. This is nothing but a key-value pair wherein the key is the column header, and the value is column data. Note that this is only for testing how the data from the CSV would display within the template. In the JSON editor, add as many column headers and sample data for testing the personalization. Write the subject line that should be displayed at the top of your email. If you have turned on personalization, you can use the column headers under double curly braces as a variable. As you can notice, we have used the personalization that is resolving the variables into the data. Now, it's time we use the editor to write the actual content of the email. Drag the type of content you want to use from the Content tab. Since the first row is a greeting text, we will drag text box into the editor. Here, we are using a template variable, that is, a column header named first name, from the CSV file. In Free Editor, it's important to structure the content in the form of rows. The structure of the row will decide how much space the content should occupy. Now, we will write the actual content and use the template variables wherever needed. You can also apply font formatting, such as text color, font size, and many more. Let's add another row. From the Content tab, we will use the Image option to upload a picture. For ending the email content with a closing remark, let's add another row, and choose the text option from the Content tab. You can also link this image to any web page. However, we will use a short link, and not an ordinary URL, to track the number of times users click on the image. You will learn this step in the next section of this video. As you can see in the preview, the template variables have been replaced by the actual values from the JSON editor. This is how your CSV data will be injected one by one into the final email. Enter the template name, a brief description, priority of the email, and maximum 2 tags. You may send a test email and check the appearance of the email. You have successfully created an email template. Congratulations on finishing step 2. Now, let's generate a short link. Go to the marketing section and click on Short Links. Enter the URL which you want to shorten. Or, you may also do the same by using the Link Builder tool. Select the relevant filters to build a link to a particular resource on your website, to which your short link would point. Let's set the expiry date to the short link. We will use analytic tags, such as source and medium, to track the performance of our short link. Here, you can decide where the short link should point, depending on the device on which the short link is clicked. For example, on Android device, the short link will point to the app. But, if the app is not installed, it will redirect to the Play Store to install the app. Same is true for Apple devices. Here, you can decide how the preview should look like when the short link is shared on social media. You can set a title, description, and an image of your choice. Click on Create to automatically generate a short link. As discussed in Step 2, this short link will be used as a link to which the image in our email would point to. So, we go back to our email template. Paste the short link generated by the system. And save the template once again. Just a piece of bonus information. This is how the preview would look like when you share the short link. On Android device, the short link would take you to the Play Store. If you have configured the target URL to be the same as that of web, a web page would open on your browser. Plus, this is how your analytics tags look in your URL. Congratulations on finishing step 3. We move on to the last step, which is to schedule and run the campaign. Go to the Communication section, and click on Campaign. Since you want to send emails, let's select Email and proceed. Select the audience you created in step 1. Choose the column header, which contains the individual email address of your audience. Select the email template, created in step 2. Fynd is the default provider that will send the emails. In case you have your own service provider, you may configure it in the Communications section, to use the same for sending emails. And as usual, give a title to your campaign. Write a brief description. And add maximum 2 tags. Now, it's time to run the campaign. Let's refresh the page to check the status. As you can see, the campaign ran successfully. The status shows that emails have been successfully delivered to all the members of our audience. Congratulations, you have successfully ran a campaign. It's time to check the output of the campaign. Here's the email delivered to Meenakshi. Notice how the template variables used in the subject line shows the data from the CSV file. Similarly, the store count and location variables have fetched the corresponding data. Let's click on the image to check whether the short link redirects us to the configured URL. The short link worked successfully and redirected us to the target URL. You can also check how many times the short link was clicked. That was all about email campaign. There's not much difference between setting an email campaign and an SMS campaign. If you want to run an SMS campaign, create an SMS template just like the way you created an email template in step 2. And finally, in step 4, choose SMS campaign. And use the phone number header of the CSV while scheduling the campaign. Choose your SMS template and run the campaign. This is an example of how an SMS would be personalized and then delivered to your audience.